Hey guys, Big Todd coming to you. Week 2, college football in the books. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, listen. SEC was pretty much a yawn fest. Pretty much a yawn fest all the way around this week, but especially in the SEC. We had 2 SEC teams lose. One couldn't be helped because we had 2 SEC teams playing each other. The second loss we're going to talk about in a little bit, but let's go ahead and talk about Ole Miss and Kentucky playing each other. I have some notes here because I can't remember all this stuff. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So Kentucky is usually a win for Ole Miss. In 2020, Kentucky took them to overtime. Ole Miss ended up winning that game. This year, Ole Miss got the better of the Wildcats, but they only beat them by 1 touchdown. I think this is good for Ole Miss. Kentucky kind of seems to be one of those teams that can be your GOAT. You know, they can just get you every year. I know Ole Miss was that way for Alabama for a couple of years. 2 years in a row they beat us. But let's talk a little bit about Lane Kiffin. I used to could not stand Lane Kiffin. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world when USC left him on the tarmac. Then he came to Alabama. I said, no way, he's never going to come to Alabama. Nick Saban will never have him. He came to Alabama. I still didn't like him. We won a national championship with him as our offensive coordinator. He grew on me. But when I really started like Lane Kiffin is when he left Alabama and he went to be the head coach at FAU. That's when I really started to appreciate Lane Kiffin's sarcastic social media personality. I really have grown to like him. Lane has grown in to be a good coach. He's learned a lot from where he's been and the things he's been through. And self-admittedly, you learn a lot from Coach Saban, which who wouldn't learn from Coach Saban, right? So anyways, that's my take on Lane Kiffin. Like the guy, like what he's doing at Ole Miss. He's got some money there. They're backing him. They seem to be all in on him, and he seems to be all in on them. So good job, Lane. All right, let's talk about the other SEC loss and what in the heck is going on down in the swamp. Oh my goodness, you Gator fans, don't say a word to me about Alabama losing to FSU. Because the number 13 ranked Gators went down to USF in a walk-off field goal. Oh man, I heard Gator fans were losing it everywhere. I don't know, after a rocky season last year, I think everybody thought Billy Napier was gone. But then the school doubled down on him. They gave him an extension, I believe, or something like that. They said, this is our coach. You know, they backed him. I would say that had to do with some late season wins over LSU, Ole Miss, and FSU. That really helped the case, I think. But on Sunday, all the social media is out there. They've already figured out what the buyout for Napier is, which is quite less than what they figured out the week before the buyout was for Kalen DeBoer. I think Napier's around $13 million, which I'm pretty sure the University of Florida can handle that. So, but I don't see a mid-season firing unless it gets really, really bad. But I do think Napier's going to have to pretty much win almost every game from here on out to keep his job. I think he's that in the hot seat. We shall see what happens in the swamp, that's for sure. Honorable mention game, Oklahoma, Michigan. This was a good game. It was hard for me to believe that Oklahoma and Michigan had only met twice since 1976. Now, Oklahoma has won both games. And they won that was a good win for them this weekend. Let's see. Let's look at notes here. The Wolverines had 288 total yards. That's it. I think that's pretty good by Oklahoma. They shut them down pretty good because, if you watch the Michigan teams in the past, pretty dang good, right? Well, for Michigan, Justin Haynes, he ran the ball well. But like I said, the Wolverines ended up losing. Guess the grass isn't always greener, is it, Justice? I already forgot his name because he jumped ship when Nick Saban retired. He left Alabama and jumped over to Michigan. Whatever, Justice. We don't need you. Anyways, I don't know, I'm being childish. I shouldn't be that way, but you know, it's kind of ruffles my feathers. You know, you just somebody retires, you just jump ship. I don't know. We had a lot of ship jumpers on FSU team, and I guess they got their sweet revenge on us. Whatever. But, you know, Coach Venables is he's doing a good job down there in Oklahoma. He's got them boys fired up. Welcome to the SEC, Oklahoma. I like to see it. You're playing tough. This was a signature victory for the Sooners. I mean, anytime you beat Michigan, that's a signature victory, right? Let's see. Now who are we going to talk about? We only got one team to talk about, right? And that is Bama. Woo-hoo! Bama had a blowout win this weekend, guys. Yes, Bama is back, says all the social media posts. Don't believe that hype. No. They played the University of Louisiana Monroe. They were supposed to beat them by 70-something points. I mean, all credit to Louisiana Monroe. All credit to that team. They're probably a really good team in their division. They just aren't with the big boys yet. So, all the people that put out the social media post, yes, Bama's back. Oh, the quarterbacks are wonderful, this, that. Listen, guys, we can't be saying that yet. Nothing's been proven. Nothing. Louisiana Monroe, okay? Don't get me wrong. Super happy the Tide won. Super happy they scored a lot of points. Super happy all three quarterbacks got into play. Super happy a lot of people got some reps. That's great. Hopefully that's building a lot of confidence because we got Wisconsin next week. Had we have gone up 70-something on Wisconsin and had a shutout, pitched a shutout from our defense, I would be a little happier. I would be thinking, yeah, things are turning around. I don't know. I saw some good things. There was a lot of fire. It seemed to me, watching at home, there seemed to be a lot of fire into them boys. They seemed to be fired up. Way more emotion, way more fired up than they were for the FSU game. So, we'll see. I don't know. I heard rumor that when Kalen DeBoer came to Alabama, he had tons of people telling him, this is how you need to coach the team. This is what you need to do. You need to do this. You need to do that. Blah, blah, blah. And I think Kalen might have been trying to cater to some of that. Now, from what I heard, I don't know if this is true or not, Kalen shut all that down. He said, no, I got to do it my way. I got to where I'm at because I did it my way. He's a winner everywhere he's been because he did it his way. Now, he's got to do it his way. He is not Coach Saban. We all have to face those facts. We know that. He's not Coach Saban. He's not going to coach the same way, but his track record is a winner. So I'm not out on Kalen DeBoer. I'm not out on him. Hopefully he gets it going. Hopefully we put up 70 points on Wisconsin this weekend. We'll see. I don't know. They did play with more fire. I was glad to see that. It was nice to see that Ty Simpson can make some good decisions, that he can make some great throws, and that our receivers can catch because Ty had some time this weekend. He got some blocking. Will the blocking be there next weekend? Hopefully. We'll see. Defensive line. We got some rushes. We got some, sacks, things like that. That's great. University of Louisiana Monroe. We got to remember that, okay? These boys aren't as big as the boys we're going to play in the SEC. These boys aren't as big as the boys at Wisconsin, at Georgia. All right, we got those two games coming up, and we got some work to do. I'm not convinced we're back where we need to be, but who the heck am I? I'm just a fan, right? I don't know. I want to see these boys do good. I want to see them get fired up, and I want to see that tradition of dominance come back. I know they can do it. Kalen DeBoer's a winner. I don't think it's time to oust him yet. We got to give him the season, and we got to probably give him next season, like I said before. But anyways, guys, we will see noon this coming Saturday. We will see against the Badgers. Listen, I still roll with the Tide. Always have, always will. Roll Tide, baby. We'll see you after week 3.